Hi, I'm Mai. Stardew Valley. Do I even need to explain what this game is to anyone? For the two of you in my audience who somehow don't know about this game, Stardew Valley is a cozy, open-ended farm life simulation game. You inherit a farm from your late grandfather and proceed to farm, fish, forage, and mine your way to prosperity, while, ideally, helping your town prosper alongside you. This game came out in 2016 and the world has not been the same since. People ate this game up, and to this day there is a dedicated fandom of content creators, modders, speedrunners, because of course people are going to min-max the comfy cozy sandbox game, and more. Over the years, there have been various updates to the game, expanding the world, characters, farm layout options, and adding tons of content for players to enjoy as they play. Not gonna lie, I have not kept fully up to date with this game. I don't get much time to play, and this game has become so expansive, it can be difficult for a more casual player to even get to all of the content and challenges available to you. Even so, this does not stop me from imagining new features I'd like to see in upcoming updates, and there just happens to be a new update on the horizon. Eric Barone, the creator of Stardew Valley, recently gave vague hints about what to expect in the next 1.7 update of the game, from new character/social interactions to a new farm style. In my excitement over this, I have been thinking about what kinds of additions I would like to see in this game. Mind you, this is just my wish list, and some of what I want is irrespective of the practicality of implementing such ideas. In other words, I accept that some of these wishes are unlikely to come true. I'm just expressing them for the sake of it. So let's jump right into it, shall we? I'm severely late to this party, but I learned this past year that there was a small petition a while back to make it possible to choose pronoun options inclusive of trans and non-binary players. I'm sad this didn't get the attention it needed at the time because it's such a fun idea. Gender plays a small role in various interactions, dialogues, and events. For example, when you play as a girl, you get 500G in letters from your dad. When you play as a guy, you get cookies from mom. What would an NB get? So then it got me thinking, wait, why don't the girls get letters from mom and vice versa for the boys? It would be so neat to have alternating letters, or even a letter containing a different gift coming from both parents at once. Then I got to thinking, what if the letters from parents had a randomized seed that determined parentage? You know, like it could turn out you have two moms or two dads. And it became a whole rabbit hole just on the one aspect of how gender is utilized in the game. I imagine overhauling the parent letters this way would be a lot of work, so I don't expect it to ever happen. But man, do I wish it were an option. Is there a mod for this? I'm not much into modding, but I might give a mod like this a try. Okay, so there's this old Harvest Moon game for the Wii, Harvest Moon Animal Parade. I love that game. And quite possibly my favorite aspect of it is the dating rivalry system. Each bachelor had a bachelorette to match them. As you increase friendship with the bachelors and bachelorettes, you can trigger cutscenes that result in pairings between them, dating, getting married, and even having children. This meant you had to be careful about who you befriended and how quickly. Because if there was a specific person you wanted to be with in the game, once they started dating your rival, that's it. You can't ask them out anymore. It was a bit awkward in that their relationship only progressed when you reached the required level of friendship with both of them. Like, even having children can't happen without your implied involvement. Kinda weird, but I really like the premise. People already theorize that the bachelors and bachelorettes of Stardew Valley can be paired up, Alex with Haley, Sebastian with Abigail, Sam with Penny, etc. I would be so interested in how the creator would go about implementing a dating rivalry system. I'd be fine if it were to follow the same admittedly strange mechanics of Animal Parade. I just want the excuse to see the town grow and flourish that much more, having children and such. Maybe there can be a quest to help Penny build a school as the town expands to have more than just Jazz and Vincent to educate. Speaking of those children... Now, I'm not saying that I want to see everyone in town aging and such, but I would love to see Jazz and Vincent grow slightly from their tiny chibi selves into a preteen kind of look. It could really liven up the longer played files. Some people play the same files for in-game decades, and yet those two kids never age in the slightest. This is not a new concept. About every game of this style has had permanent children, even if there's implications of time moving forward as your own character gets married and has kids, and those kids grow to be similar in size to the townie kids. Calling back to Animal Parade again, there were also two townie kids who never age. And in fact, your eldest of two children will grow to be the same size as them and even go to school with them. If Stardew Valley were to implement slight aging for Vincent and Jazz at least, I wonder how much work that would need to be done. How many years into the game would you need to play to trigger the age up? Ooh, maybe it can be triggered by playing a certain amount of time after completing the community center quest line. How would their dialogues change? How would the dialogues of other characters in relation to them change? Even if no one else ages or changes, this may feel like a whole new game. On new games, I would love a New Game Plus mode. My favorite Harvest Moon game, Animal Parade, had a very interesting idea for its New Game Plus. In the game, you are setting out on your own to build your own farm. For the new game, you have the ability to send your eldest child away to grow up and build their own farm. As you send them off, you are able to give them one crop to start with. Most people will use this to set their new game up with a crop that is needed to complete the storyline, but is unavailable until year 3 of the game, thus allowing the story to be completed in under 2 years instead. What if Stardew Valley had something similar? We could send off our oldest child who'd grow into an adult for the purposes of the new game, and let them go try to make life in the city. And when they inherit their farm, you select this one item to send to them. If you could give your new game a single item from your previous file, what would it be? And there you have it, my wish list for the future of Stardew Valley. I admit a lot of this list is just me wanting to see a new take on my favorite features from Animal Parade. I can't help but think Stardew Valley could do it even better, you know? What do you think? What features would you like to see in the future from this game? Are you excited for the 1.7 update? Thanks for listening to my nonsense, and I hope you have a lovely morning, night, evening, afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. Bye-bye!